Welcome. We are beyond the hype cycle. The integration of generative AI is no longer an optional innovation stream. It is a mandatory operational pivot. Your organization's competitive edge hinges on how effectively your team leverages these tools today, not next quarter. This is not about theory. It's about establishing an immediate, actionable workflow. We will define the 10 strategic principles for maximizing AI utility, tailored specifically for the analytical demands of the financial and software sectors. The first principle of effective AI deployment is strategic model selection. Stop treating all large language models, LLMs, as interchangeable commodities. For serious professional application, for tasks where fidelity, complexity, and security matter, you must standardize on one of the top-tier systems: OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, or Anthropic's Claude. These platforms offer integrated features critical for high-stakes work, including code execution, multimodal inputs, images, documents, voice integration, and most importantly, access to their most advanced, less prone to hallucination models. Selecting a single vendor minimizes internal friction and optimizes training ROI. This leads directly into our second principle: tiered utility deployment. Not every task warrants the most expensive and powerful model. Think of your AI expenditure as a budget allocation strategy. Reserve the flagship models, GPT-4 Turbo, Gemini Advanced, or Claude 3 Opus, for high-leverage, high-risk tasks. This includes synthesizing proprietary due diligence reports, generating complex financial modeling code, or drafting critical client-facing communications. For routine, lower-stakes tasks, like summarizing meeting transcripts, generating boilerplate code comments, or brainstorming preliminary data visualization concepts, utilize the faster, cheaper models. This tiered approach protects your spend while ensuring maximum performance where it is most critical. The mindset of a knowledgeable editor must supersede that of a passive consumer. Every output from an LLM, particularly in a regulated environment, demands human review. We must train our staff to view AI not as the source of truth, but as a rapid prototyping engine that accelerates the initial 80% of any complex task. Our third principle demands a mindset shift from answer engine to critical thinking partner. Most professionals default to using AI as a basic Q&A database, which is a gross underutilization of its capability. The genuine, high-value function of these models is to act as a cognitive sparring partner. Present the AI with your thesis, say, a complex algorithmic trading strategy or a novel software architecture proposal, and then assign it a skeptical persona. Instruct it. Act as a senior quant analyst who fundamentally disagrees with my premise. Provide me with 10 distinct, fact-based reasons that challenge my model, and 10 that strongly support it. This adversarial approach forces the AI to stress test your thinking, surfacing assumptions, regulatory risks, or technical debt you may have entirely overlooked. This function alone dramatically elevates the quality of pre-mortem analysis, transforming idea validation from a solo effort into a robust, machine-assisted process. Principle 4. Embrace clarity over prompt engineering mysticism. The era of elaborate, overly complex wizard prompts is rapidly fading. Today's advanced models are sophisticated enough to grasp intent from natural language. The most effective prompting strategy is simple. Be brutally specific about the outcome you desire. Do not ask, write a market analysis. Instead, define the specific scope. Draft a comparative analysis of Q3 revenue projections for 3 specific competitors in the enterprise SaaS space, focusing only on the European market. The target audience is our board of directors, requiring a tone that is authoritative yet cautious, utilizing a maximum of 1,000 words. Cite all sources. The power lies in setting firm, measurable constraints: audience, length, tone, and specific data points, which directly guides the model toward a higher fidelity output, reducing the necessity for time-consuming revision cycles. The fifth strategic principle is the power of quantity. Ask for abundance. AI has zero cost for repetition and zero overhead for generating sheer volume. Unlike working with human subordinates who tire or resent endless iterations, the AI model is a boundless ideation engine. When generating names for a new financial product line, a marketing campaign, or error handling variables, do not ask for 10 options. Ask for 50. This volume approach exploits the model's wide training data and forces a greater diversity of thinking. You are looking for that singular, unconventional breakthrough idea nestled within the 50 generated responses, which you would never find with a restrictive request. It is a cost-effective method of increasing the probability of discovering high-utility concepts. Principle 6 highlights the iterative loop, two-way conversational pushing. A single-shot prompt is a low-quality transaction. The real value is unlocked when you treat the interaction as an engaged dialogue. After the AI delivers its initial output, your immediate command should be to challenge it. Ask, what are the 5 greatest weaknesses in that response? Or refactor the tone to be 20% more urgent and now justify the change in language. Furthermore, a critical tactic for managing complexity is to instruct the AI explicitly. Before generating the final output, ask me 3 clarifying questions to ensure you understand my prompt and context fully. This reversal of roles ensures that you, the expert, can provide necessary nuance that the AI's initial understanding missed, leading to a drastically superior final artifact. This is collaboration, not mere generation. Now, before we move to the advanced principles of research and integration, a brief, high-value advisory. The velocity of AI innovation makes it nearly impossible to maintain optimal tooling without friction. Our internal analysis shows that many organizations are paying for multiple high-end subscription models simply to compare performance, a redundant, cost-inefficient approach. We have partnered with a sophisticated unified LLM front-end platform that allows you to manage and access multiple models, including all the major players like GPT, Gemini, and Claude, through a single pay-as-you-go interface, entirely eliminating subscription lock-in and allowing for real-time model comparisons without commitment. This is the structural efficiency tool your organization needs to maximize its AI procurement ROI. It streamlines credential management, aggregates your usage data, and allows your team to always use the absolute best tool for the specific task at hand, regardless of vendor. The affiliate link for a complimentary enterprise trial is provided here. This is simply a recommendation based on demonstrable efficiency gains, not a hard sell. We encourage you to evaluate it on its merits. Principle 7 is to systematically leverage deep research capabilities. For financial and technical professionals, factual accuracy and verifiable sourcing are non-negotiable. Asking an AI a direct question often results in a synthesized, uncited, and potentially hallucinated answer. Therefore, you must pivot to using the model's deep research or retrieval-augmented generation, RAG, capabilities. This functionality compels the AI to actively search, summarize, and cite its sources, providing a verifiable report with footnotes. While these deep research outputs are not immune to error, they are fundamentally more accurate and traceable than blind generation. Crucially, train your teams to look for the provided citations. If the AI cannot provide a link to the original source document or publication, the output must be treated as speculative drafting material, not factual intelligence. Our eighth principle is the essential reality check. Define the boundaries of AI competence. We must curb the tendency toward magical thinking. Current LLMs are extraordinary tools for pattern recognition, synthesis, summarization, and code scaffolding. They perform at the level of a highly intelligent, exceptionally well-read human. They are not sentient, they are not oracles, and they do not possess true novel creativity or foresight beyond their training data. If the AI delivers an insight that feels genuinely miraculous, assume it is either a sophisticated synthesis of existing, hard-to-find data or a hallucination. The moment an AI is trusted to provide guidance on complex, subjective human issues, such as ethical judgment, organizational culture, or personal well-being, its utility diminishes and its risk profile spikes. Maintain rigorous oversight and realistic expectations to prevent catastrophic deployment errors. Principle 9. Prioritize integration over marginal superiority. While model benchmarks obsess over a fraction of a percentage point difference in reasoning scores, the single largest killer of productivity is friction. For the majority of corporate knowledge workers, the time cost of constant alt-tabbing, copying text from a proprietary web interface, and pasting it into a document is a greater drain than any minor model performance delta. Therefore, for routine workflow tasks, drafting replies in Outlook, summarizing meeting notes in Teams, or creating a first pass on a Word document, the convenience of a deeply integrated solution, such as Microsoft Copilot or Google Workspace AI tools, often trumps the slight intellectual edge of a standalone web model. The best AI is the one your team will actually use, frictionlessly, dozens of times a day. The final and arguably most important strategic principle is human accountability and editorial guardrails. AI is fundamentally an amplifier, meaning it will amplify both your team's brilliance and their existing biases or flawed data. Never allow the technology to operate without a defined human in the loop who is financially, ethically, and legally accountable for the final output. This requires strong internal policy. Establish clear standards for what data can be input, especially regarding PII and proprietary client data. Mandate a 2-level human review for any output touching compliance or client deliverables, and train employees to audit the AI for subtle biases. Treat every AI-generated document as a draft that requires the signature of human expertise. Start using these tools immediately, but do so with the discipline and rigor befitting a professional institution. These 10 strategic principles form the blueprint for immediate and high-utility AI integration. The competitive environment will not wait for perfection. It rewards proficient action. Implement the tiered model strategy. Shift your team's mindset to critical co-creation. Enforce prompt specificity. And above all, maintain rigorous human oversight. The fastest path to ROI is deliberate, disciplined deployment.